Hi there, welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us, state champ women, and we are finally down to the last two. And Nicole, Knox is not one of them.
Yes, well, big effort by Ringwood.
Absolutely, great effort by Ringwood.
Huge, to have dropped it at their own place.
Yep.
I suppose all of us thought that was going to be a big task to get two.
Yep.
And they did it.
What we should say though is, in all seriousness, Knox, and we don't want to sink the knives in any further than we need to, Steve-O, but they probably have themselves to blame.
Yeah, that was the thing. Did they also take this a little bit too carelessly, thinking that they already had one foot in the door?
Well, Sunday's game, they had 37 more shots than the opposition.
Jeez.
37. They had 24 O-ribs in that game. Now, 37 more shots than the opposition is probably close to the most I can remember. I remember a Division 1 women's game one year that was 99 to 66. That was 37.
That's huge,
Wow.
but I think we've got to be careful not to take that away from Ringwood. It's hard because...
but when you shoot the ball,
yes,
you're shooting the ball.
Yes.
Like, it's not as if the opposition, they might put great defence on and change the shot up, and it's not a great shot to have. I get that, but it's still 37 more shots.
I just think it just shows too Ringwood's ability to deal with pressure because they've been there.
Yep.
I just think today, I actually thinking at driving here to film this, I was thinking about the season, thought we've gone through all of that and we're back to the same two teams.
Same two, yep. It has been that way for the last few years. Knox 49 on Saturday night, went down to Ringwood 59. Annika Whiting 23 and 10. That's a great game for Annika Whiting.
Yeah,
great game. Mel Dixon had 14 points for Knox. Corinne Campbell 13 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. Lucy Dawson had 10 points and 9 rebounds. The Sunday game, Knox 53 went down to Ringwood 59. Mel Dixon 18.7 rebounds. For Knox, Campbell had 17 and 7. Dawson had 10 and 12. Ott had 10 and 10. What I like about Ringwood, Steve, is they've put the defensive stop on one of the best defensive teams going around. They just couldn't score against them.
Oh, that's exactly right. Two similar sort of games, Saturday and Sunday. Ringwood just put in the defensive pressure on Knox, as you mentioned, and obviously the same couple of players stepping up for Knox, but not anyone else around them.
The other game, Hume City 100 defeated Southern Peninsula 94. Now, this was in overtime. I thought Southern Penn had it. Hume City had to do some late work to tie this one up. Oliver Noof, Yinka Oliver Noof, 32.17 rebounds. Muala Loifi, 28. Nicole Zammett, 16 points, 11 rebounds. Colleen Planeta
I think that was assists, by the way. Sorry.
11 assists, 11 assists it was. Colleen Planeta...
Sure, Zammett would love 11 rebounds.
Probably. Colleen Planeta, I think, was held to 8 or 9 points. It's the first time for the season she's been in single digits.
It didn't even look like she put that many shots
up. Or saying put up like 8 or 9 shots. So that was either terrific defensive work on Southern Peninsula's behalf, or she just had, one of those nights where
she is the ultimate team player as well. And you look at what was going on around her.
Yep.
Some others, she was probably giving the ball to them.
Yep.
I'm assuming.
Southern Peninsula, Jamie Lee Pierce had 24 points. Caitlin Melito had 21. Britt Carter had 15 points, 14 rebounds and 9 assists. That's a very, very good line, Britt Carter. Southern Penn, they've lost players in the back half of the season going to college. What I would say is that we're dealing with a program over the first 2 years, Steve-O, that I think has surprised many. But now that they're in that position and they're doing this, are no longer surprising many, if that makes sense. I think it's become an expectation that they are a genuine, legitimate team, and they've come within a whisker of pushing that into game 3.
I think the concern for Hume, and obviously we'll be talking about them with the final, is, and don't be wrong, they've got a couple of great imports at Southern Penn, but you don't expect Hume to give up 94 points.
No, that was the thing that shocked me.
That's the thing that shocked me. The 100 that they managed to have, to have to pull out 100 to get the win is not what I'm assuming Katrina probably was after.
So we go to the grand final. It's a best of 3, obviously. These two teams are well and truly accustomed to each other. Ringwood got it last year, Hume City the year before. Game 1 is at Ringwood, where I think it has been the last 2 years as well. I think
last year was at Hume, then Ringwood.
And then, yep. It's Saturday night, 6 p.m. at the Rings. In fact, if you're a basketball fan, a Big V fan, Ringwood has state champ women at 6 p.m. Ringwood Hume City.
Yep.
At 8 p.m. state champ men Ringwood Corio Bay. You could not possibly want a better Saturday night's basketball entertainment. Both games will be live streamed, by the way. Is that right, Steve?
Yep. bigv.com.au for all the info. We're just sorting some key things out.
Check that out. So there'll be live streams as well. It'll be bumper to bumper. Huge. It will be absolutely chock-a-block. Have we got a seat, Steve? Are we commentating from the ceiling?
I'm hoping so. We might be
skybox or Wow, might have to. It's going to be packed. If you're going down to Ringwood, can I just put this on the table?
Get there early.
Don't roll up at 5 to 6 and then bitch and moan and whinge that you've missed out on a seat. Because if you roll up at 5 to 6...
Don't come here at 5:30 expecting to get a seat.
You're
not only 5 to 6.
You are going to have to get there early. Unless you want to commentate the game with Steve-O and myself, you're going to have to get there early. Who's going to win? Game 1.
I'm going to stick with Hume City. I think
why, Steve-O? Why?
The standout all season. Just a touch of class. I know Ringwood still have that experience, obviously, going toe-to-toe with Hume over the past couple of years, but I think this year the Broncos just has that little bit more class than Ringwood.
Nicole, they've only lost once for the season.
Yeah, I've tipped Hume all year. They're my favourites for the title, have been, so I'm going to stick with them. What I will say is that Ringwood, if nothing's going to draw them more attention, then we're going for back-to-back titles here.
Yep.
And they probably 2 weeks ago thought that opportunity may have been done. Otherwise, they've had a whole ton of self-belief, and here they are.
What's the margin?
I think under 12.
Steve-O?
I think over 12.
For game 1.
Over 12?
Yeah.
The last 2 times these teams have met, I think from memory, don't hold me to this, Hume has won by 15 and 14. So they've got the wood on Ringwood. There's no doubt about that. If Ringwood is any chance at back-to-back titles...
We did say that about them against Knox, though. They had to win the first one at home, we said. Have to win the first one at home, Ringwood. And then they went to Knox and won 2.
Well, we might have said that. You might be right. But it's a different opponent this time.
Who remembers that stuff?
And Hume City's a very tough place to play. Ringwood's got to get game 1. In my thing, I just think Ringwood's got to get game 1 to be a chance.
Do you think they will?
I don't think they will.
Right.
I think Hume City is the best team in the competition. Whilst they gave up 94 last week in OT, they also scored 100 without their best player in double digits. Without her in double digits. That says a fair bit.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Muala Loifi has scored something like 58 points in her last couple. So, for me, Hume City's the best team. Ringwood, fantastic performance on the weekend to get to this point. But I just can't see you doing it. And if you do, all credit to you. But Hume City, for me, are 2 and zip. I think they'll sweep it.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, thanks, Steve-O. Like that support. That's good. Ringwood, 6 o'clock, Saturday night. As we said, if you want to see, get out there early because it is going to be jam-packed. 6 p.m. for the women, 8 p.m. for the men. Grand final series, game 1 in both of those setups. Looking forward to it. Live streamed, as Steve-O said. The other reason why you should go to the bigv.com.au website, Steve-O, is
for all those other teams that aren't in the grand final. You're preparing for the Big V Awards Night, 24th of September, Etihad Stadium. The finest on display, bigv.com.au for tickets.
There you go. Thank you very much. Get out there Saturday night. Enjoy it. Support your teams. It's week 1 of the grand final series. Looking forward to it. We'll be back to wrap it up and look forward to week 2 or game 2, maybe game 3. Who knows? Next week on Big V TV.